What's up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I start with $1. I'm trying to get 1% profit every single day until we get to $1 million. Right now we're on day 432. The total capital is sitting at $5,588. So our 1% profit goal should be about $56. But we need a little bit extra today because we went down since the previous day. So we need to get $93 of profit on the website today to our 1% profit goal. Alright, so we have our 4% stop loss of $224 in the playable balance in the website. So we need to get $93 today. I'm going to start off with a 50-cent base bet here. And we're going to do this manual dice strategy that I run, where it's a 75% win chance. And we're going to start off with this. Every time we get a loss, we'll wait for a win like that. And then we'll double up to, I guess we'll just double the bet. Go for 2 wins. Then we'll bring it back to the base bet there. So I'm going to run this for a little bit. We're trying to get like $10 in profit. And then we'll probably bounce out of here. And we'll see how this goes. But we need to get a lot of profit today. We got to go for $93 today. So I'm going to try to just break it into small parts. The way I'm kind of thinking about this mainly is to... There's 3 losses there. We got to get a decent amount of wins now. I think one more should be good. There we go. Okay. So the way I'm thinking about this is our 1% profit goal is like $56. So I'm trying to get like $37 first. And then if we can get $37, then all we have to do from there is pretty much just go for like the 1% profit goal. So that's the way I'm kind of thinking about it. Got a couple losses there. We ended up recovering, so we're going to go back to base bet here. And then also, I usually talk about the bankroll before I hop into gameplay, about the changes from the previous day, what happened, where we're sitting at. But I'm going to do that afterwards, I think, going forward, just to kind of get right into the gameplay. Alright, here's a big loss streak. We're up to $8 bet. We need 2 wins here. We get a loss. We go to a $16 bet. We gotta get one more. We hit that. Alright, that's huge. Woo, that was a little bit dicey there. No pun intended. But yeah, it can get kind of sketchy once you get on a little bit of a loss streak like that. Here we go again. We're starting to dip. Gotta go up to a $4 bet here. We lose that. We go up to an $8 bet. We lose that. $16 bet again. Okay, I'm gonna bring us back down to like $4. Okay, we're back in a profit. And we're trying to get this to like $10. I'm not gonna try to push this too far. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to try to go over the changes and stuff. I'll go over that afterwards, after we complete the day, whether we win or lose. But I figured I'd just hop into gameplay a little bit quicker instead of just yapping for the first couple minutes. We'll try to change that up a little bit. Mainly just because if anyone's like new here, they're not just like watching me talk for, you know, the first 5 minutes of the video and being like, what is this guy doing? Like, what's the point of this challenge? I'm so confused. Probably just here to watch some gameplay, you know? Get a little bit of excitement off the rip. To a $2 bet here. And we got $10 in profit. So that's a nice little start to the day. We're going to hop into a different game. We're going to get $227 wagered. So decent amount of money. But yeah, we're going to move on. Alright, so I'm going to try kind of something I used to do in the beginning of the challenge. It was basically just go for anything below a 2x on Limbo. And I use like pretty big bet sizes. I think typically I'd go for like a quarter of our percent goal. So I'd be like 12, 13 bucks. I think it's a little bit crazy right now. We'll start off with like a $5 bet and kind of see how this goes. But we're going to start off with like a 1.5x. So if we win this, we get $2.50 of profit. We lose. So now we need to get like a couple wins to recover there. Let's go do a $10 bet. That hits. And it looks like the live stats aren't updating maybe. Oh, they are. Okay. Try to get one more. Okay, we're up to 20 bucks. So yeah, just trying to do anything below a 2x, trying to keep it a little bit safer. I'm going to go up to like a $10 bet and let's go for a 1.3x. It's a 75% win chance. We lose that. Let's go to a $20 bet. Oh my gosh, we lose that. Yeah, that's brutal. We'll try this a couple times. Do like one more. We're down pretty good. Let's go back to like a $10 bet and go for a 1.5x. Now you might think I'm being a little bit aggressive throwing these big bets down, but realistically, it's not that not that big compared to our bankroll. But if we do get a couple losses, it is pretty big. Okay, we're back to 20 bucks in profit. Let's bring us back down to like $5. Try to get a couple wins here. Drop it. Let's go up to. Okay, we're up to $30 in profit. Let's even get this to like $7. Sorry, 37 bucks. Okay, so there's 37 bucks. Now from here, we basically just have to get a 1% profit goal of $56. So I'm gonna do is actually vault this real quick. So I vault 37.60. That brings us back to where we started. Maybe a little bit off actually, $2 off. I think I have to recover that real quick. So let me try to do that. Let's go back to 1.5x. We missed that. Really? Were we at 37? Oh my gosh. This is terrible. Okay. Go for $32 bet. Kind of crazy. I think we were 37. Okay, so that. The live stats I think are messed up. Is that's not showing. It's all, yeah, it's not adding up. We're saying we should be $39 of profit. Trying to get $2 extra. We were at 222. So I think that's just wrong. Try to go back to back. We don't miss that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, this, okay, the live stats are definitely not right. We gotta get this back though. We gotta be at 224. So we do this one more time. Okay, we should be good there. Let me reset the live stats. I'm gonna see where we're at on the day because I think live stats are pretty much off. But I'm gonna add up the total balance and just double check real quick. Alright, I got it figured out. It's a little bit weird. I guess this is not tracking right. We are $37 in profit, so this is off. I'm gonna reset this. So I was right. We were $37 in profit. The live stats are off. So from here, I need to get $56. So let's do this. Let's start off with a $6 bet, 1.5x. We're going for $6 in profit here. And let's see if we can get this one more time. We'll drop it down to a $6 bet. We hit it. Okay, so now from here, we need $50. Try and break this up into small chunks. It's kind of the idea. But let's do this. Let's go to a 2x. Do a $4 bet. We'll martingale it a little bit. Okay. And let's just try to get $2. Okay. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I really don't want to like get too crazy with this. Let's do a $5 bet. Let's go back to a 1.5x. Double up. Let's double up again. Oh, that's tough. Okay. Try one more time. We missed it. Let's go to a $40 bet. All right. That's not good. We're down pretty big. Yeah, we're down astronomically, actually. All right, hold on. Let's wait to get like 2 losses here. Let's go for another big bet. Okay. We'll go until we get like 2 losses. Okay. Slowly working this back up. Nice. The $40 bet. Okay. Nice. $80 bet. Okay, one more. All right. All right, back into profit. We're being a little bit risky. We're definitely being a little bit risky. Let's go back to a $5 bet. We're $26 in profit. All right, from here we just need 30 bucks. Yeah, it was a little bit crazy, but I'm trying to use like smaller multipliers to have a chance of getting more wins. That's kind of my idea. So I've been playing the complete opposite way recently. So I'm trying to switch it to the other end of the spectrum. We've been going for 3, 5, 10x's and been having some trouble. So I'm trying to do the opposite, which is still a little bit risky doing bigger bet sizes. It's just the opposite of like you're going for high multipliers, small bet sizes. Now I'm doing like big bet sizes, small multipliers. So that's the idea for today. Let's hop into a different game. Like I said, we need 30 bucks from here, so hopefully we can just get that pretty easily somewhere else. Okay, we're gonna try some blackjack. We're gonna play some originals. I'm just gonna do $10 bet sizes. Nothing super crazy. Hoping we don't get sucked into a pit. Okay, I'll take a push. Usually have very terrible luck on originals blackjack, so we'll see how this goes. But I just want to play a little bit quicker. What's a 9 ace against a 6? I feel like that might be a double. Ace 9 against a 6 is just a stand. Okay, all right. We'll take that. Nice. 13, we gotta hit that. 15, we gotta hit. 18. I'll take a push there. That was a good push. After him pulling an 11. No insurance on that. He's gonna have it. All right, let's lock in here. Gotta hit that 12 against the 10. The hands on this game, man, are just like so crazy. I feel like ace, what is ace 8 against a 6? It's a double. That's not good. Oh man, dude, already down tremendous. 14, we got to hit. By the way, I went up to a $20 bet size just on that hand there. 21, we needed that big time. 16 against the 5, we're gonna stand on that. That's huge. One more $20 hand here. That's a double. Please give us a 10. Just bust, bro. Oh my gosh. That's so dirty. So dirty. Okay. Every time I come in here, dude, it's like getting like slapped in the hand. It's like, it seems like such a good idea, but then I just get wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. This is just a hit. Wow, 3 2s. Gotta hit that 16. Yeah, we're getting destroyed. 16 against the 9. I don't think we've had like one good hand yet. 14 against the 9. We gotta hit that. Brother. We're down so bad right now. That's a double. Okay. 18 will stand. I needed that. Need a huge comeback here. 7 against the 6 is just a hit. Right? Yeah. Oh, man, bro. Come on. Gotta hit a 15 against an 8. We get 17. Here's an 18. Dude, this is crazy. Alright, there's our first blackjack. It's about time. 13 against the 10. Dude. To stand. 12 against the 7's a hit. 14's a hit. Okay. No insurance. He has it. Take a push there. 6 ace against the 4. It might be a double. It is. Every double so far has not worked out for us. Let's see if this one does. We get a 14. Just bust. Pulls a 20. Bro, we need. This is another double. 10 against the 7. We get 17. We'll take a push. 5 ace against the 2. It's just a hit. 16 stand. Bruh, come on, dude. Ah, this is wrecking me, dude. Double. Okay. 17 against 2's a stand. 14's a hit. 16's a hit. Of course. Oh, this is so stressful, bro. I don't know why I do this to myself. I should have just kept doing my safer strategies. Down to $100. Gotta hit the 15. This is crazy. 7 against the 9's a hit. We have a 9, we gotta hit that. Okay. I mean, dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's disgusting. And a lot of those losses too were doubles, which is even grosser. Like, that ratio is just unreal. Gotta hit a 13 against the 10. 18, 20, of course. Alright. Right. Let's do a $30 bet here. I think if I can win this, I might just have to get out of here. Or maybe I'll lose this. Alright, we'll keep it pushing. He's an ace, doesn't have it, we're gonna stand. 20. Dude, come on, bro. This is a double, and this is all I have left. Okay. That's a huge double. That's huge. 17 against the 3. Alright, bro, we're down $100. I think I need to get out of here. I just don't see this coming through. I'll try one more hand, $25. Massive. I want to come back so bad. I want to come back so bad. Let's try a $12.50. I just can't help myself with blackjack, man. With the $25 bet. 15 against the 2. Oh my gosh, dude. 9-9 against 3. It's a split. $25 hand. 12 and a 13. Oh. The 12's a hit. 13's a stand. We'll hit it. Of course. He's gonna pull something, watch. Oh, okay, alright. Well, he's about to pull that through. $10? Okay. Gotta hit that 13. 21's crazy. Alright, we're down $50 in blackjack. I gotta pull out of here, man. I don't see us coming the way back. We already made a pretty good comeback from being in our last hand, so I think we're just gonna call it here on blackjack and move on. Alright, I'm gonna try some of this limbo again. We're gonna go for a 1.5x. Alright, lose that. Lose that again. Let's go up to $24 here. We lose that. Let's go up to 48 for 2. Okay, that's big. I'll go back down to 24. Let's do one more on 24. And let's bring us back down to $12. And we're back to $0. So from here we need $56. We're pretty much like restarting our day. We'll see if we can get a couple wins here. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Alright. Down $76. Okay. Alright. Just kind of vibing out with this and seeing how it's going. And then if we get some losses, I'm just trying to double it up. Okay. Yeah, no real strategy here, I'll be honest. I'm just kind of playing with vibes. All right, we're back to $10 in profit. Okay, $24 in profit. All right, that's big. Like $13 away. I'm being really quiet because I'm just trying to lock in. Remember, we need 56 bucks. So we are like $4 away. Let's try to drop it down pretty low here. There it is, $57. We need 56. Stressful as heck, man. That was crazy. My heart is racing, but that blackjack session was nuts. That was crazy. I can't believe, I don't know why I do that to myself, bro. I get in there, I'm like, I'm gonna do it for like 2-3 wins real quick, and I just never can get like the first 1 or 2 wins off rip. It's always just like a complete pummel into the dirt. It's crazy. We're gonna take that though. We're gonna enter that in the sheet. Good day. It was a very aggressive day. Trying to get a lot of profit, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, we're gonna enter that in the sheet and we'll move on to the next day. All right, so day 432 was a win. We got our $95 in profit on the website there. That was our 1% profit goal. Well, that was to catch us back up because we went down in crypto about $47, and I think that's pretty much it, really. We had $11 of bonuses for the day, so crypto dipped a little bit. So we had to get that 1% a little bit extra. It was actually like 47 bucks that dropped in crypto. That's kind of where that adds up to from, you know, this number here, 1% cool. But we got that. Moving on to day 433. Talk about some movements before we hop into it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I think I'm just gonna hop right into it, and then we'll like kind of recap the day afterwards. But I'll do this beforehand with the following days here. So we're trying to do like one more day playthrough. It's gonna be pretty equivalent to what we just did. So we had one sports bet kind of for the day. This was a futures bet that did not cash through. Like I got, you know, eliminated. I track volume bets on Instagram. This is a bet that he placed. It was a pretty big bet. It's 121 bucks. Futures bet. Pretty safe bet, clearly. With March Madness, though, we know things can get kind of crazy. So I did not, ended up just, you know, I don't even know, I guess I lost, right? So I backed that out of the futures columns here. As you can see, the futures dropped a lot there. And then our investments went up like 15 bucks, our ETS. And then crypto went up like 50 bucks too, which is pretty good for sure. And then we had $12 in bonuses for the day. So even though, you know, the markets went up, crypto went up, we had some bonuses, I backed that futures bet out just because it was so big. I usually update the futures column like once a week, but I saw that one get like swept away, and I was like, I should probably update this now because that's a pretty big change. It's like 2% of our bankroll just gone right there. So we're sitting at $5,644 going into day 433. So our 1% profit goal should be $56, and our 4% stop loss is $226. But since we had that futures bet lose, we need to get $96. So again, very equivalent to what we just did. I'm gonna be doing kind of the same thing. We're gonna be going for $40 first. If we can get $40, then we'll go for like the 1% profit goal. So the $40 just catch us back up, and then we'll get the 1%. Also, this little like half-baked tracking percentage here is basically just our return on the month. That's all this is. Or no. What is this? Why did I make this? S. Oh yeah, it is our, okay, it's our return on the month. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, I just wanted to see, because we had these losing days here, so we were up like 20% on the month. Then we hit these losing days, and then we were pretty much like break even on the month. So I just wanted to see like how we're tracking. Right now, after completing the previous day, we're up 6.5% on the month. And then these columns here, I know you really can't see them, but these are kind of just for my, I figured I might add these just for the heck of it, just for an extra tracking measure. But I keep track of the monthly. So this was over for February. We went up 23% in February. And then this is just week by week, how much we went up each week. I figured that might be something kind of cool to track, at least for me. Maybe I won't show that like every video and stuff, but just to see how the week went. So obviously this last week here with the 3 losing days, we went down like 9%. But I just wanted to see like, are we kind of getting a little bit of progress each week, or how's that look? So it's something I might kind of track in the future. But either way, let's hop on the website and try to get $96 in profit. All right, so I'm gonna vote our profits from yesterday. We have to vote $55.25. That'll leave us with our, I think this will take a second to update, but that'll leave us with $226. I'm gonna try to do one-handed blackjack here, $40 bet, just aggressive bet, and try to play some live games, change it up a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, man. I'm trying to just go back to kind of the AI suggestion. If you're trying to stay flat, if you're trying to, you know, not risk the bankroll too much, do like some big blackjack hands. So I'm going to reset the live stats here. I'm actually going to close this just because I don't want to see the result going into, you know, before it's actually dealt to us. So we're at $40 here. If we can get $40, we will, I just want to see if that, yeah, so it did update this. Okay, there it goes. Balance updated. 20 against a 10. Okay, good start. I didn't even pay attention to that. So we have an ace 9 against a 10. He's going to be a stand. Hopefully, this is an easy win, and then we can just move on with the day. But we know how our luck goes sometimes. It might be a push. I'll take a push over a loss, 100%. 15, don't pull a 6. Don't pull a 6. Okay, there's our $40 win. Let's go, dude. It feels so good. We're back. All right, so now from here, we need to get $56. We'll go back into some originals and get out of here. Okay, so let's vault that profit just so we can lock that in real quick. So we'll put $40 into the vault. It feels so good, dude. Oh man, if that could just happen so much more often, getting like a quick blackjack win like that, life would be so good. All right, so I'm gonna run this auto strategy. I've been running this the past couple episodes. This is what I'm running with, just so you guys know the conditions real quick. I'm not gonna like run through them. It's basically the same manual strategy I was doing, but it's a lower bet size and it's auto just because it goes a lot faster. And instead of doing like when you get a win, you double it and go for 2 wins. This just like triples your bet. It goes up by 115% for 1 bet to get a win. So it's just like instead of doing 2 double ups, instead of doing like a double up and 2 wins, you're going for like 1 triple up kind of. That's the idea. And you go for 1 cent per $10. So like my bet really should be about 23 cents, 22 cents based on this bankroll size. But I think I'm just gonna do like 20 cents to be a little bit safer. And then we're gonna reset the live stats because from here we got our $40 already. We're gonna get $56. So I'm gonna run this for a little bit based on how it goes. We'll see. But obviously, with any strategy, it can bust. You can run into super long losing streaks and lose everything. So I don't want to run this for the entire $56. That is very risky. So we're gonna run this maybe for like $10. If we go on a massive dip, maybe I'll pull out just because we see the potential busting. But if it keeps running good, I might run it for like maybe $16. We'll see. But it moves pretty quick. And actually, I'll try to... If it starts to go on a dip, I'll turn off instant bets so we can keep an eye on it. Not that I'm probably going to stop it, I'll probably just let it go the whole way. But I've been running this recently for like $10 in profit. Usually it takes around like 200 to 300 bets. But I think, you know, running this for like 1,000 bets is probably pretty risky. We'll try to go to $16 here. We'll try to push it farther than we usually do. We're only like coming up on 300 bets. Getting pretty close to $16 in profit. Alright, I'm not sure why that finished, but we'll run it back. I think I might actually have a condition in there to make it stop after a certain amount of bets, just so it doesn't run forever. But we're getting really close to $16 here, and let's make sure we get a couple wins. All right, we'll stop it right there. So we're $16 in profit. Very easy, pretty safe. We'll take that. We still need $40 from here, so let's try to hop into a different game. Sticking with our big bet size, I'm going to do a $20 bet size on low risk wheel. So if we hit a white segment, it'll be a $4 profit. If we hit a green segment, it'll be a $10 profit. I think I'm gonna just do like 2 spins on here. Obviously, if we hit the dark segment, we lose $20. All right, there's 1 win. That's $4. Let's do 1 more. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know if I really want to risk this. We'll do a $10 spin just to see, and we lose it. Let's go back up to $20 real quick and try to make that back. Okay, I think we're in profit again. All right, let's go to the wheel real quick. Yeah, we were at $24. Now we're 26. Let's do one more. Okay. All right, we'll take that. I don't want to push that too far. We're up 30 bucks. We still need 26 bucks. Maybe we'll go to medium risk real quick and try to get this to like 36 bucks. Again, this is like extremely risky too. Okay, if we get a 2x here, let's drop this down to 1.5. There we go. There's 40 bucks in profit. Too easy, bro. It's too easy. Okay, still need 16 bucks. We're getting there. We're slowly working our way up there. That's the goal today. Just very small, consistent wins. 16 more bucks, and we'll be sitting pretty good. All right, we're gonna try to get $10 on Limbo. I'm gonna do an $8 bet on a 1.5x. First one's a loss. Second one's a loss. Let's double this up. It's another loss. We're gonna double this up again, and we lose it again. Oh my gosh, it's a 66% chance of winning that. Let's go with the 64 bucks here. Go for 2 wins. We lose. Okay, let's try it one more time. All right, we're back to 40 bucks. Let's go back down to $8 bet. There's 4 bucks. Let's double this up. Hits. We'll go back down to 8 bucks. All right, let's drop this to $4, and that should be 2 bucks. If we can hit it, we're up to 50 bucks. We still need 6 more dollars. Very risky, but I know they're big bet sizes, but I'm trying to think in terms of percentages of the bankroll, like doing a $64, $32 bet. Really, $64 is almost like 1% of our bankroll. It's like, yeah, the numerical value is pretty big, but really it's like a 1% bet. And I've done these before in the past, so that's why with this multiplier with the 66% win chance, trying to make it make sense in my head, but it's very easy to bust that way. So I'm not like gassing this up like it's a super smart strategy. It's just a little bit safer in my eyes, but I don't know if it makes sense. It worked, thankfully. Could easily have lost that, but we're gonna try to get 6 more dollars in one last game, and then we should be good for the day. All right, we're gonna try to get our 6 bucks on diamonds. So I'm gonna do the down bear strategy on here, and I guess we'll keep instant bet on. Basically, the way this works, if you haven't seen this, if you're a returning viewer, I'm sure you've seen this far too much. Every time we get a loss, we will increase the bet size by 1 unit, which is 60 cents in my case. Then every time we win, we're going to decrease it a unit. So now we're back to the base bet, and let's just keep running this. Every time we get profit out of that sequence, we'll reset. So we get a win there, we'll go back down to 180, back to 240. There's a 3x. Dude, we're like right there. We need 40 cents. There it is. We got $56.23. Hit our 1% profit goal. We're gonna enter that in the sheet and wrap up the video. All right, so day 433 was a win. We had 2 very tough days there, going for $93, $96 in 2 days. That's a very tough goal. We've had trouble with that before, even on these like losing days here. You can see I went for $100, 64 bucks, 123. Pretty similar, a little bit more, but we changed up the strategy. I went super aggressive on those days, and I'm trying to be a little bit safer with like the multipliers and everything, and just kind of slowly grind that up. I don't know if that's like gonna work all the time, but that's the way I used to play in the challenge. So that's kind of the idea today. We just kind of run back what used to work way back here, dude. When this stuff used to cook, it's kind of trying to always go back to my roots whenever I can, man. But let's do a quick little analysis. So on the episode, we did 2 days of playthrough. It went up a total of $152, which is really good. We definitely needed that. And then out of that 152, 191 of it was actually from gambling, which doesn't really make sense. But we went up $152 because we had to chase losses from going down in crypto, sports betting. So we actually had $191 in gambling profits today. So right now we're at $409 total profit gambling on the website. And we're sitting pretty good, man. We hit that 6,000 peak, and now we're just trying to work it back slowly. So, we'll get there slowly but surely. Just gotta trust the process. I think in the next couple episodes, we're gonna have hopefully some easier days. Let's see here. Yeah, they should be a little bit lighter. If I drag this down, yeah, like $38, $40. So a little bit of a sneak peek of what's to come, but I just want to get these 2 big days out of the way and not like try to do 3 or 4 days in one episode. Just try to tackle 2 big days at once there. Very happy with that. Also, out of the episode, we also had a $23 in bonuses between the 2 days. It's a pretty good day in bonuses. And then, yeah, just to show you guys, as always, a little bit of a visual. You can see we're working our way back up pretty slowly, but we're coming back. You know, with that big dip from the peak, and we're just gonna ride it out slowly, man. I'm confident we'll keep pushing, man. At those days, I get very emotional after taking big hits like that, but I trust in myself to work it back slowly. That's the whole point of this challenge, man. It's never to chase. I've been chasing a lot recently, so I'm trying to realize that and stay on top of things. So here's our win rate, overall gambling, loss rate. So we win 71% of the days that we do have to gamble, which is not every day, but the days we do have to gamble, we get 71% win rate. And then finally, I talked about the allocations in the last episode, like how I should be allocating my entire capital. So what I should have invested, what I should have in crypto, what should I have in the sports books, and the website we use. So this is a little bit crazy, man. I get it, but let me try to fix this real quick so you can see it. Okay, so I probably won't show this on camera often at all, but this is the way I'm gonna be tracking the allocations I talked about in the last episode. Basically, I have the numbers listed. I know they're super tiny, but it's 40% in the investment account, 25% and total in the sports books between futures and like what's available for placing bets, 25% in crypto, and then 10% in the website we use. So those are the allocations that AI gave me, which are these white boxes here. These gray boxes just track the percentages of all those different casino apps and websites I use. But the way this is really set up, I'm gonna try to keep track of this like off camera and stuff. If it's green, that means it's like right around where it should be. So I know this is super confusing, but for example, let's just look at where we at here. I think this is the day we just played. So for day 433, our website balance is sitting at 9.8% of the entire capital, and that should be 10%. So that's like pretty much on target. Crypto is at 30% as of today, okay? So it's a little bit over allocated. So if it's green, that means it's like in the right spot. So it should be 25% based on what AI told me. So I know I'm a little bit over allocated in crypto. Sports betting, again, should be 25%, a little bit over allocated, and then investment should be 40%. So basically I would have to lower crypto and actually, is that even 100%? No, it adds up to 90%. See, I don't double check everything all the time off camera. I don't know what I'm missing there. All right, my power just went out. So my Wi-Fi went out and my sheet is on Google Sheets and I can't make edits right now because it's trying to connect back to my Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi's off. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. But either way, the point of this, it's honestly pretty close. Yeah, it's not even, okay, so it's saying like 90%. I mean, realistically though, I'll have to look at it. But the point of this is to track and make sure our allocations are similar to what was shown on AI, the stuff I talked about last episode. So I'm gonna try to keep track of this, make sure everything's kind of like relatively close. Like right now, our investment account, I added money to it coming up here, so you can see it's up to like 30%. So I'm gonna try to like keep getting that closer to 40, and back down the sports books a little bit, and just kind of like play with those numbers, make sure they're kind of close. But the idea is to just for me to keep an eye on this, make sure like we're similar to these allocations along the way. This is just a way for me to track without like manually adding up numbers. I just forgot to show you guys that it's kind of behind the scenes stuff. Here's the column where I track all my bonuses though, just in case you're curious to ever see that. Every day I literally type in all the bonuses I get. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a nut when it comes to tracking stuff, as you can see, but it's important, man, I'm telling you. All right, that's enough of that. Hope you guys enjoy. Good episode today. Very happy with what's going on. Hopefully we can make it back to $6,000 soon, and we'll keep it pushing. So if you learned something today, good. Don't gamble. That's the number one thing. I suggest you save your money, invest it, do something smart with it. Don't gamble. It's a losing game in the long run. I'm just trying this challenge for fun. But if you have any thoughts or suggestions or any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I try to read every single comment. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord if you're already in there. And until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.